What's up, my Sayzians? It's your girl K Says the Oracle back in the building with another banger, and this is the K Says the Morning Show. And you now tune into your girl, okay? Listen, we gonna go over current events, but first we want to tackle the topic of why aren't black couples marrying more versus their other racial counterparts. Let's break it down and get into it, okay? So if this interests you, then make sure you join the discussion and join the chat. But before we get into all of that, we got to run down that countdown in that intro. So sit tight. I'll be right back. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl K Says the Oracle back in the building. And today, guys, this is the K Says the Morning Show. Okay, guys, and the topic today is why do black couples marry less than their racial counterparts? What is adding to this high percentage versus our other racial counterparts? Let's break it down. If it interests you, you want to join the discussion, then make sure you drop your comments down in the comment section, okay? Let's tackle this. But before we get into all of that, you know I got a shout out who pulled up in your girl notification band, period. And we got Kanaya Houston today. She pulled up driving that notification van, period. Girlie, what's up? Shouts out to you. And who did you go and pick up? Who's your co-pilot? You got Cernay. Cernay is riding right next to you, period. And then who did y'all go pick up? Y'all went and picked up Linda Anderson. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Native Beauty, okay, period. You finally made it. All right, all right, all right. Miss T's rundown is in the building. Good morning, good morning. Nicole says she driving. Thanks for joining your girl. Good morning. What's up, Lene? Good morning, good morning. What's up, what's up, what's up? What's up, Jessica? Period. So thank y'all for falling through for your girl K Says the Oracle. Today we running through them current events. If you got a topic, let's discuss it. But the overall topic today is why are black couples, why are black families, why is the black African American race melanated individuals, why are they marrying less than our other racial counterparts? Okay, like, to be honest, I feel like in a nutshell the answer would be it has to be systemic. It has to be systemic because think about it, like all those Jim Crow laws um was really just a way to systemically break down the melanated black African, wherever you want to put it, family unit. And they succeeded, right? Because you can look at the stats and you can see, you know what I'm saying? You can tell it. Look around the people that you knew and growing up. Like, it wasn't that many black families that were married and sticking together. Do you see what I'm saying? Versus like maybe white people that you know or white acquaintances that you know, or even when you see it on TV and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like even just in commercials, whatever you see the white family unit being displayed more as the archetype for like the nuclear family environment. And meanwhile, it's been war on the melanated family nuclear unit. I believe that. Like, that would account for the gap in the statistics between us whites and Asians. Let me pull up a stat. Let me see. Let me see. I don't know how to work share my screen yet, so I'm just gonna do it on my phone. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, for the women in the chat, like before I pull up the stats, for the women in the chat, who's married? Put a one in the chat if you're married. Put a one in the chat if you're married. Like, the person lives with you, like your husband lives with you, like your wife lives with you, like, you know what I mean? Like, put a one in the chat if you're married. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so it's some married people in here. Okay, okay, okay. So this is the thing though. Like, why aren't so? Why so? Do you feel like you know other married couples, or like, do you feel like you know what I'm saying? Like, don't you feel like white people get married more? Asian people get married more. Hispanic people get married more than black people. Like, I have a lot of white clients in my last studio, and I swear to God, all my white clients, like throughout knowing them, have always attended weddings. Like, black people, maybe like, yeah, they attended maybe some, but not as many as like my like white clients. Just my white client I saw yesterday, she herself just got engaged. She had been to last year 9 weddings, and they were all Caucasian. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't have no black clients that went to 9 weddings. Like, why is it the goal of marriage not so at the forefront for black men, for black women? Like, you know what I mean? To where it's a gap in the percentage. What accounts for that? What do you guys think? What could account for that gap in that? Brandy Burrows, you know what? You brought up a good thing, because a lot of people's families influence, like especially like in the black community, the melanated community, your family and friends influence you to don't get married. Like, that's like in movies, that's in sitcoms, that's in shows. Like, dude, don't do it. You don't want to do it. Like that whole thing. But meanwhile, in like white movies, it's like part of like their maturation process. But somehow with for black people, their maturation process is to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Be like, you know what I mean? Be thoughts. Like, why are our male and females in our race being so sexualized? You know what I mean? Like, we supposed to represent like this, the majority of the population that, like, you know what I mean, accounts for like sleeping around and, like, you know what I mean, casual sex and stuff like that, and being what is the word I'm looking for to start with a P, promiscuous, right? Do y'all know what I'm you see do y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, why do black families tell, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's not, I feel like white families, let me just use that because like black and white is always pinned together. But listen, so for the illustration, I feel like in white families it's like a whole maturation process. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, when they came into the child was before they was even born, they had they trust fund and all this stuff set up or whatever, like, or something set up in their name, okay? On the average. Then, okay, you going through, like, you know what I'm saying, the dating and courting, like, oh, little their son and our daughter and that whole thing, right? And then like their parents that grew up that way, all their friends parents are like that. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like they go through this whole like grooming, like, you know what I mean, like, like you go to college, you get your boom 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 boom, you know what I mean, you get married, you know what I'm saying, you have your kid, like, you know what I mean, because like their parents follow like this formula, this rhythm. Do you see what I'm saying? And like they're, you know, and that's what they see when they go over to their friend's house. That's what they see. So it seems normal. But because that's not what we see, it seems abnormal. Why do we overwhelmingly get from our families, live your life, don't worry about being married or having children, when that's what we're supposed to be doing? Because while they're growing in numbers and they're having their legacy carried on, our legacy is getting snuffed out and the gap is getting wider and wider due to crime, violence, you know what I mean, upticks in drugs, like, that are targeted in our communities. Do you see what I'm saying? The topic gets deep and we're just talking about like marriage, right? Let me see what else somebody is adding to the chat. You Latasha Sub said it's an outlook being taught on marriage, right? And it's working. That's the scary part. And it's working. It's working. It's working. Nicole Lee, you brought up a good topic too, with the whole topic of marriage, finances. Okay, because if your finances ain't right, you like, why the fuck am I getting married? Do you see what I'm saying? But if it's generational fucked up finances, then the trends of maybe not getting married or doing, you know what I mean, or, you know what I'm, or having a like a maturation process would fail. And when you're in your adulthood, especially if you don't even got your finances together, because the last thing logically you would be thinking about is getting married when your finances not together. Like, but to be honest, with the white counterpart, their finances were already together because it was already a maturation process that they were taken through, that their parents are repeating with them. Their parents have the formula because their parents gave it to them. So they're passing it on to their kids and their kids. You see what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's some bad apples. I'm not saying like the whole formula is perfect, but something has to be working here because the gap is widening. Okay. You said it seems no one is speaking on getting married in our community, but they have shows like Love and Marriage Huntsville, um, and different little black married shows. Put a ring on it. Are you ready for love? Like they are starting to have more marriage centric shows geared towards melanated people. What do y'all think about that? So, is somebody trying to change the trend, or is it just really too late to really close the gap on it, like a lot of other um areas that are measured that we're lacking in that also have gaps? Like, is it just the gaps too wide for us to close it? Aquarius may say it's the music. Music definitely influenced it too, right? Because how are men thinking like, oh, I ain't gonna do this with no woman, I ain't gonna do this with no woman, boom, boom, she gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how are you listen something that you're supposed to listen to for entertainment, maybe motivation, you listening to it and doing it, living by it? That's crazy. Definitely, I feel like music is influencing men's culture as far as like courting, how they view women, um how they should treat women. Like, that's a great comment Aquarius made. So then Kanaya Houston pulls up and says commitment issues, pressure, feel like they're gonna be owned. Right. What is that? Is marriage tied to the feeling of slavery and a cultural like, is it cultural oppression tied into individual oppression? Like, are we there with it too? Is there a connection there? That's interesting, Kanaya. Okay, I like your point of view. Then Miss T's rundown pulls up and says, we have no solidarity, and some think this is the I can do what I want decades. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? That's pretty crazy. Because then I feel like if you wait so long, then time ticking. This is an issue. This is like you're not even giving people really a first shake when you get to a certain age. You're just ready to be like, boom, because you didn't put something that was a priority, like, you didn't make something that was a priority, right? Like having a family, having kids, and everything, it actually should be a priority. And this is debatable, right? Because now we even talking about Roe versus Wade, and this whole abortion thing is coming up. So this is like a topic on the forefront of America's mind right now when it comes to like a family planning, right? So I feel like, again, it's systemic for our generations to be snuffed out. Yes, people are still having babies and stuff like that, right? We still know that. But we're talking about how many nuclear home structures can we count? It's not that many. It's real checkered. It's real checkered. It's real checkered. Um, because of a lot of things we said, like the music, stuff like that. It's like it's just influencing our male and females in our race to be like YOLO. You see what I'm saying? Don't worry about that important stuff. Don't worry about family building. Don't worry about your finances. You, as soon as you get that money, spend it. You know what I mean? Don't worry about settling down and finding nobody that you love. You can have multiple women. You have multiple men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, date a old man that, you know what I'm saying, you can't even have a nuclear family. He gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all these influences that sum up to no nuclear home family environments to account for statistically for melanated individuals. Legit. Linda Anderson says, I married the same man twice. I don't have the desire now. My only daughter is married with 3 children, lives in Singapore with her husband. See, and that's great. That's great. And what I'm saying is, like, it's not that black people completely don't get married, right? But I'm saying that statistically they marry less. Like, the whole notion to get married is something that's wrestled with and that's common. No, I'm not saying I'm speaking for everybody in the whole race. I'm just saying, like, as far as statistics go, we are marrying less than Caucasians or Asians or Hispanics. And I'm just trying to break down maybe what are the factors influencing that. You know what I mean? I want to get the discussion going. Good morning, Robert. Thanks for pulling up to the K Says the Morning Show. And today we're talking about why are black people marrying less than our counterparts. And also we're talking about current events. So Miss T's rundown pulls up and says, "We still dealing with past trauma." Great point. I love that. She also adds, maybe because we saw horrible marriages. Great point. Great point. Keep them coming. That's because we grew up without positivity and examples of healthy marriages or relationships, period. And then the ones that we do see is on a TV, which feels unattainable. Does it not? Does it not? Because it feels like it's an ideal. It's like, you, how can you even relate to something that's on TV because it's for entertainment? So it's like it was never looked at to be attainable. It was looked at to be entertainment or an unattainable standard. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if somebody was trying to even aspire to be what's the face Huxtable, then like, oh, yo, Cosby as yo Huxtable, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you clowning them, and it's like, what, what, like, so it feels like to be a doctor, a black male being a doctor, even both parents being doctors, I believe that was in the Cosby's, that feels unattainable. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, how many people do y'all know who knew two people's parents that were doctors? Not that it's not possible, but how common is it? Doesn't it feel, it felt unattainable? So that's why I'm like, the examples that we did see was on TV, and those was made to feel unattainable. Positive examples, right? Period. A lot of white parents made them marry and most definitely regretted marriages. And I believe that too, Just Lovely. Thanks for pulling up and putting that comment in, because I want to see all and talk about all facets of this topic. I just want to get the topic going and people thinking about the topic. So, yes, this is a great point, because that same client that I was telling you about that went to 9 weddings last year, her sister, okay, because she's Caucasian, her sister has a thing for African American men. She's now pregnant, okay, by an African American male that her little sister is not married to. And when she was telling me this, she was like, her mom and her family was up in arms about the whole topic. Not maybe necessarily about the race, but just the fact that she's unwed and she didn't go through that maturation process that they went through to set her up for success. That ensures that she doesn't add to a lower poverty statistic. Do you see what I'm saying? So the first thing my client told me was that the dad was like, "Well, is he going to marry? Like, is the guy going to marry you?" Saying that to the daughter, you know what I mean? And the daughter's like, "I don't know. We talked about it." So yes, that's very true, Just Lovely. So then we have Miss T again says our community is not taught about finances. Right. Finances and marriage go hand in hand, right? Goes hand in hand. And I feel like definitely families, more white counterparts or Asian counterparts or maybe Hispanic counterparts, maybe pass that lesson down or show more examples of that, and that togetherness, that unity, more than melanated individuals, you know? Um, because I mean, even like, I mean, I feel like universally we can say that black people don't stick together. Not like as a whole. I'm not saying like, all black people don't stick together. No, the majority, the consensus is that black people don't stick together. But these other races that we're talking about, these counterparts, they do, and they don't have that stereotype, right? So then we have Brandy Burroughs pulling up and saying, "My grandmother used to drill it into me, but she was married for like 50 plus years. I think a lot had to do with her wishing she would have lived a little more before getting married." That's true too. That's true too. That's true too. That's true too. I just feel like this whole independence and feminism is being pushed on black females. Legit, to be honest. Like, I don't feel like this whole feminism, be strong, you can do it, you don't need no man, was pushed on white females. Like, put a ring on, like, like, or independent. Even with the put a ring on it, it was still like, something feels like still like a rush to put a ring on it just to say you got a ring. It wasn't even to go through like the maturation process of just a ring, just to say it was just like, you know what I mean? It wasn't, I don't know how to put it, but I think y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Stephen Jack Johnson says 50 years ago they did that, but the culture changed. Education, marriage, finances is number one for white people, right? And all of that builds nuclear home family environments that are counted statistically. While I feel like we were targeted in areas so that it's hit statistically, so we look like we are the ones that are performing less. Like, let me just throw out a couple of statistics for you all just to maybe frame some things. It says, you can ask this in Google on your phone right now. It says, what race has the most fatherless homes? It says the United States, the race is black or African American, 64%, compared to the United States to Hispanics, 42%, or Latino or just non Hispanic or white, 42%, right? We have the most homes or the most children without fathers in our community, the melanated community. Where's that one statistic I was looking at that was hella crazy? It says black women were the only group that had a higher divorce rate than marriage rate. Is that not crazy? Black women, melanated women have the is the only group that had the higher divorce rate than marriage rate. You divorce more than you marry. What the hell? It's really almost like a pandemic with black family nuclear units. It's a pandemic on them. It's a war on them. They're going historic. It's on the damn. It needs to be on the endangered species, the endangered list, because it is. The black family is endangered. Lene pulls up and says, also, we in the era of not being tied down, promiscuity is promoting wildly. Right. People who are married give it a bad rap. Right. Right. Like, man, she gonna take half, and she gonna do this, she gonna do that, and you know what I'm saying? Like, all type of shit. And I feel like all negative stereotypes about marriage do get promoted. Not all, but majority of negative stereotypes or negative connotations with marriage get pinned to African American melanated couples, people on TV, your phone. You see what I'm saying? Movies, whatever. It's being promoted. Brandy Burrow said most people only go into marriage thinking about what they can get out of it, and remember that marriage is a duty, right? So the whole sacredness of it, you know what I mean, right? It's not, again. So these are ideals, principles, morals, norms that your mother and father and their mother and father had to instill, show, see, right, for them to pass it down. So if they're not being shown this, then what are you passing down, right? So again, it has to be systemic. The whole sacredity of marriage and how you view it, and you know what I mean, and not thinking that it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. Like, what? Why would it be a bad thing? Why would getting married be a bad thing? Like, some people's parents' relationships were bad and they don't want to be like their parents, right? And I mean, listen, we can get it wrong and you can marry the wrong person. You're supposed to learn the lesson of trying to choose carefully, ask more questions, have a more finely tuned process, maybe selecting a mate. But to just throw marriage away altogether because you didn't see a healthy one is crazy, right? Yes, black males are growing up with no fathers, so they don't know how to be responsible men to look at, right? Look at the rapper Future, right? And a lot of men is okay with this baby mama shit. Like, it's crazy with the baby mama stuff. Why is that prevalent in our community with this baby mama, baby daddy stuff? Even, I mean, it's perpetuated and everything down to Wildin' Out. Wildin' Out got a whole game on her called Baby Mama, Baby Daddy. Like, it's just, you don't see that term being associated with your Caucasian, Hispanic, and Asian counterparts. It's systemic. It's been marketed. It's been planned. It's an agenda. It's an attack. Do we understand that? Thank you, Quinky. Do we understand that though, guys? It's an attack. For these men to have all these children, don't be married, have all these all these broken homes out here. Um, I feel like it's so rare to be just. Why is it rare for a man to be a good man, a stand-up man, do what he's supposed to do, take care of the women in his family, have a balanced relationship with the divine feminine, the women in his family, provide, um, you know what I mean? Why is that so few and far between? Not that it doesn't exist, but why is it not more common? Queen Key Beauty said, yes, I'm not getting married, trying to focus on myself, to be honest. I know, right? And that's what is the overall thesis for, like, I feel like all marrying age of people right now. Like, I'm just worried about me right now. When really you could get more when it's two people. You can attain more when it's two people. Statistics even show you live longer when you married and you sleeping next to somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's healthy for you to be with someone. Not saying that times that you're in between relationships, or if you haven't found one that works for you and the path that you're on, but to say that should always be something that's attainable for everyone, right? That seems like a common thing. But why is it not? It's even healthy for you, in fact, and it's still not common. What's up, bae? Then you said it's a disconnect between black men and women. And yeah, that's the problem too. But isn't that being systemic? Isn't that being perpetuated in these shows? Black men and women can't get along. Like, again, because if we got our women over here being promiscuous, being Megan Thee Stallions, being thoughts, being this, being that, how is that attractive? How is that attractive to the black man? Especially a black man that got his head on straight. So he like, damn, I can't find a suitable queen. I got to go to another race. So now interracial marriages is going up. Because then you trying to find somebody with like-minded ideals. So then you go to another race because you're not finding it in your race, because the gen pop female archetype is a Megan Thee Stallion, promiscuous, more than one dude, dogging them out. You know what I mean? Like, don't got your head on straight. Don't got your finances straight. You know what I mean? Like, you living for the day. You ain't living for tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's right. These are all valid points, topics that we're bringing up. Thanks everybody for participating. Christy Phillips says she wants to add to the topic. Was married 20 years, got married at 18. She's saying she's now 39, been divorced 3 years now, and you had no example. You said, I just know what I wanted in life. Right, you know what I mean? And everybody's, I guess, welcome to their, you know what I mean, to live out whatever they feel like they see fit for their life. But at one point, do we stop and say we're being, what is the word? You being marketed to as well, to perpetuate these stereotypes of black couples, black men not settling down, black women being looked at as just like for pleasure, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Thoughts, having promiscuous, images and stereotypes attached to them. Black men being promiscuous, not settling down, not having their stuff together, or just black people in general not having their stuff together. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, at what point do you be like, damn, maybe how I feel about it also has a little bit to do with what I experience, but what do you experience have anything to do with what you want to create and what's healthy for you, what's going to be for your, like, who gonna take care of you when you old? You know what I mean? Like, we were put here to procreate. I'm not forcing like people to have children, but I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme of things, you were put here to procreate, have nuclear home family environments, interact with other families, you know what I mean, and be in a community. That feels pretty basic and natural. That feels pretty like guidelines. Cause like cause when you look at, like, our evolution part, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so who gonna take care of you when you old, right? carry on your name, legacy, all of that. But I feel like people, I mean, people all have their reasons. This world is fucked up. Finances, lack of a partner, being scared. I mean, it's just a myriad of things, right? I don't know, to be honest, if we could ever close the gap. I don't know if there's a way or some advice or that could help close this gap or help tackle these issues really. I feel like the gap is going to continue to get wider. Um yeah, I see it. I don't see a change in this trend that we're talking about here today, which is sad and disheartening. Brandy Burrow says the standards for men and women are shallow now as well. Yes, very much so. Very, very much so. Because again, we were known for curvier figures. How did we, like I to bridge two shows together? How did we, as melanated women who are culturally curvy, get bought into this BBL trend? You look crazy, sis. Like it's plenty of women that did do it and it looks smooth. Okay, but why did you go and do that when your genetics already carry you to be curvy? Some okay, yes, yeah, some don't, right? Because that's genetics. But okay, you weren't just meant. It's not like I haven't seen women with no ass have marriages and get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like ass ain't everything, right? It's not everything. Little booties matter too. So our women is being over sexualized, marketed to, um, and it's like, damn, that's what I'm saying. Like when you really think about the conversation, are you falling victim to this? You know what I mean? Or are you going against the grain? Are you falling into these? Have you been a victim, unbeknownst to you, of these trends that I'm talking about that are put up, these agendas, these campaigns on the women in our community, on the men in our community? Are we a part of it? You know what I mean? Are you a part of it? Are you buying into it? Is it affecting you? Is marriage declining in our community because the LGBTQIA community has grown? Now that is a great question. Because think about it. Systemically, don't y'all remember when it was said and it was leaked that heads of music industries met with heads of private prisons, and they came with an agenda through music, rap music, videos, movies, to promote prison violence, crime, and anything that will put African American males in the penal system. Therefore, boom, if the males are off the street, how can they procreate? Then if they only around all of these males, then boom, that's how you introduce into homosexuality. You get released back on the streets. You're not looking for no female. That's one way. Then another way is just to simply put it in food, put it in the air, put it in the water. Okay, because that exists as well. That was part of an experiment that was leaked. That there was some type of chemical that has been created that can influence homosexuality, create it, influence it, whatever. That's a thing, and it's been used. Down to putting it systemically and strategically into TVs, cartoons, um, everywhere, music, everywhere. Okay, yes, yes, because even the LGBTQIA, as crazy as that even looks, definitely that was an agenda as well. That was an agenda as well. Okay. This is not on a personal attack of anybody that's part of that community, but I'm talking about as a general topic. That was an agenda with the people at the top. Do you see what I'm saying? It was an agenda. Anything that's put anywhere like TV, music, cartoons, uh, like it spans all ages, races. That's an agenda. That's an agenda. Courtney Williams says the foundation of a healthy marriage is stability, maturity, stability, as far as mental, economic, health, etc. Exactly. All of those definitely go with it. Dion, you a mess, baby. You a mess. Melanite, Melanite Medusa says, "Hey Kay, just stopping by to show some love. I appreciate it. You said you at work. You have to rewatch. Really, thanks for saying hi." Courtney Williams says the independence movement is a byproduct of the absent black male in black communities, right? Because they was taken out due to jail. They was taken out. Then the rest of the males that's out here, if you ain't in jail, then what? Then you out here thinking like, okay, it's promiscuity. We got these apps. Why get married? Don't do it. She gonna take half. You know what? Better yet, just forget the black woman as a whole. Talk to this white woman over here. Dilute your genetics, even, you know what I'm saying? Even more. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole systemic thing. Like, some team of people got together and planned this out like a whole marketing strategy campaign. Do y'all realize that? It's not just me being paranoid or on a soapbox. This is a real thing that a team, a group, select people came up with, and we're acting within that thought form campaign. Do we see that? Do y'all see that? Do y'all agree, or am I tripping? Um Stephen Johnson says, look at the rate of dropout in high schools among black males versus white males. This shows the lack of understanding of the importance of education. Do you see what I'm saying? Right? Because you can't be what you can't see. I'm an avid um a supporter, promoter of that philosophy. You can't be what you can't see. Period. So if our black little boys aren't seeing black engineers, black surgeons, black lawyers, black judges, black politicians, black, it's so many different forms. Like, if our little boys aren't exposed to those type of men and those type of role models, and know that that's possible, then what gets to them? Their friends, their TV, their phone, society that's already acting within the agendas that I'm describing, right? And then at that point, it's what you trying to put in your child's head, and examples you trying to set versus society is what's telling him is what he should listen to, what he should like, what he should feel about. It's a war. It's a war. Miss T's rundown says, I do want to be married again. Right. To be honest, guys, marriage is a good thing. Like, it's a good thing. Why do people shy away from it? Like, why do people shy away from it? I don't get it. So y'all get married. You set down the right paperwork. If you scared about your finances or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, if it doesn't work out, then get divorced. But it's not like marriage ain't good. Marriage ain't, it's bad. Like, having kids is bad. Like, growing a family. It's like, what are you talking? What else in the world what are we doing? Think about it. COVID really made people realize, outside of having a family and somebody to love, it really made you see what was really important. Because if you was single and you was at home and you was quarantined, I would rather have been with my family unit, my husband and my kids, rather than me just being alone. It made it be like, cause going clubbing, going shopping, taking trips, it ain't really shit to single life. Like, you don't think it's fun to have a baby, watch that baby grow, watch that baby be a good person. Their children grow up and their milestones. They lose their first tooth, they start walking, they go to first grade, like they go to their little program. You get them ready. You know what I mean? Like, your inner child is nurturing your own. Like that whole. I think that's part of life. And why are we skipping it? Why are we skipping it? As if it's a terrible thing to experience. It's part of life. And anywhere else in nature does the same thing. Everywhere else in nature, they reproduce, they have children, they have kids, boom, boom, boom. Like everywhere else in nature, why are, as humans, especially our melanated humans, why are we thinking that this is a bad thing? It's everywhere else in nature. Like, what is there else to do? What is there else to do? Everybody is welcome to their own viewpoints about how they feel it, but as a common thought form, what is there else to do? I'm just saying. You can only make so much money. You can only be a boss of so many things. You can have so many companies. Like, You have all this money, you don't have a family to share it with. You don't got, family like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Why money is like the forefront, having money, being independent, doing this. Why is this family life not an important thing? What else is there to do? What else is there to do? Those shows, those sitcoms that we watched that we love, wasn't it fun to watch them because it was like families and people in their family, and the kids got friends, like all of them like all them interactions, that was cool, and that's what made the show fun, right? Like, I don't know, guys. I like it makes sense to me, but like, let me see. Hold on. Melanated Medusa said, I'm married, but married outside my race as a black woman, and I get a lot of flack for that. But this is my second marriage. I'm 31. First husband was black. I always worried about that interracial stuff too, because I mean, Caucasian men I feel like are attracted to me, and I always worried about, like, I don't know if I could date outside my race because I really don't want to deal with all of that. And the times I have been on dates with like Caucasian men, I always was received with weird interactions, and I felt it. Okay, I felt it. Um, being out in public. But you know what? Love who you love. Period. You know what I'm saying? Um, Let me see. Our black males are losing out at the start of life. Right. Two-parent homes are important to the mental health of children. Right. Okay. Right. They need both. And listen, somebody sent me something where it was a video showing it was like almost like a group of women, different races, but around the same ages. And somebody was asking this group of women, like, how important are fathers. Most of the black women was like, I can do it on my own, I don't need no man. What do you mean you don't need no man? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. What are you talking about? That child needs a father, and you need a partner. Where did we get this where we don't need men? We don't need men. I don't know where this is. I don't know. I don't. That's wild. Yes, you do. That child needs a father. You do. You do. You do. I'm not saying, oh, you can't do it without him. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. We know women are strong, especially our melanated women. We know we can. Shit, we damn near X-Men. We know we strong. Okay, but being strong has nothing to do with saying that you need your counterpart. A yin and yang. It's not yin and yang. It's not yang and yang. It's yin and yang. The fuck? Like, you need that man. That child needs that man. That child needs that woman. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Weren't you born in balance? You were born in balance, right? Everything about us is in balance and symmetry. We were born in balance. Why would we live life out of balance like that? Why would we subject our offspring to imbalance? We were born in balance. We were born from balance. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? It's crazy. Okay, I'll be 51 in October, and I have never ever been engaged. I don't trust women, no pun intended. Damn, Robert. So, Robert, I'm glad you pulled up, and I appreciate your male point of view. So, can I ask you a question? So what are the things that kept you from getting married? I would love to hear you to add to the topic for anybody that watches this video. What really stopped you? I mean, you saying like you don't trust women, but like, you can't think that all women are untrustworthy, right? Come on now. You can't think that all women are untrustworthy. And I mean, like, being 51 and having different milestones in your life, when you want to, like, somebody to share that with, like, we have a legacy of time. Like, I can laugh about when we did this, when we did that, like, we built this, like, we bought this home, and remember over there, that's when you failed, that's when you cut your feet. Remember when that's when little JJ, he learned how to walk. Like, is that not important to have, like, that family home? Or this is where we always had dinner? Like, why is that not important? Why is that not important? Nicole said religion somewhere is in there. Religion is somewhere in there. So do you think religion backs up the sanctity of marriage? And you saying somehow with melanated communities and the people within them, some type of reverence for marriage shares a connection with maybe having a higher faith, or maybe like practicing religion more. I don't know exactly what is your angle, but I think I get it. Miss T's rundown says an old video of Kevin Samuel saying that if he spoke to men about what they did wrong, no one wanted to hear it. That's interesting. Just Love You says two is always better than one. Exactly. Like what? I don't know why women. I don't know, and it's still women that feel this way. Miss T's rundown said we are dysfunctional. Right. That is the right. That is, and the dysfunction, the chaos is a byproduct of low vibrational energies and entities, and who controls that. And that is what's really selling. You know what I'm saying? Those energies have a hold on the influence over our youth, over you as an adult. Okay. Yes. 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 Dysfunction. That's crazy, because it's like it's a lot of backward shit that don't make sense. Like, and people know that it doesn't make sense, and people still, I don't know why is it a thing for our melanated people to operate in dysfunction, to where dysfunction is the new normal. I don't like that shit. I don't like dysfunction. I don't like generational curses. I don't like this. We should continue to do this because we've always done that. I don't like that energy. No, if it's broke, motherfucker, we need to fix it. Like, it doesn't work. We need to go back to the drawing board. We need to tweak the formula. It doesn't work. So Stephen Johnson says, I agree the music is a problem because the young people are influenced by it in a negative way. And I told y'all this in many of my shows. Did I not say that the youth are the ones that are being like pandered to? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the youth are what we're in a struggle for, because they are our future, right? They're our future. So if they already mold them in the philosophies, the ways, the societal norms, with how to shape, feel, and mold their minds that works for the new world order, then boom, their job is done. Their job is done. Their job is done. Their job is done. Because it's already evident that whatever their plan, job, campaign was, agenda on these youth, it's worked. Not on every youth, because nothing is everything and everyone and every single nothing. It's all exceptions to all of these rules and stereotypes we went over today. But the majority, it's worked for the youth, especially our black melanated youth. Then Brandy Burrow says Carrie Hilson says she can't date a man with crooked teeth. The superficial aspect of dating is what hinders relationship. Everybody has to be yeah, and you, girl, that's a great point and another facet to this topic, because that's also, you don't hear white people, Hispanic people, and Asian people talking about a dime piece, a bad bitch. What the fuck? Like, really, let's break it down. Yeah, it's our community. It is, and it's not like, it's not part of like some type of swag. It's not like a vibe. None of them fucking words. That's a dime piece, a dime, a bad bitch. All of that shit was marketed in part to push these fucking systemic viewpoints of our men and of our women, and how our relationships are formed, how we view one another. Like, our families, our communities, our culture isn't forming these viewpoints about our men and women. People that are outside of our culture, our race, are forming these viewpoints for us to view our counterpoint in our own race. Do we see that? Do we see that? To keep the gap wide, to keep them up and us down. And I hate to do that whole thing, but listen, I gotta call a spade a spade. Miss T's rundown says people not thinking like that. They thinking about right now. Yes, yes. That's another facet of the conversation. Once again, with the YOLO lifestyle. Live for right now. Don't live for tomorrow. Don't have no life insurance. Don't plan. Don't buy no house. Just rent. Just lease. Like, there's no future. There's no roots. Don't buy a house and put down roots. That's the theme. Don't make roots. While these other cultures and their maturation process is about starting roots, getting seeds, planting seeds, getting roots, and letting those roots grow strong. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? So to speak, with their family tree and their generations and their family name and their family and their generational wealth. Like, even if we just pull out the wealth gap generational wise in black people, that's disparaging enough. And that speaks to what I'm saying right here, that like not want to put down roots and just living for the right now. We can't even simply start off with having life insurance. You know you gonna die. The least you can do is have life insurance and leave it to somebody in your family to carry on generational wealth. You can set up to where they can only spend it on this or that, or put it in a trust or whatever. Why aren't we doing that at the least? If you know that we set up to die, whatever it is, and you know you're gonna die, whether you fall victim to a stereotype of whatever they've created, and you just die, the least you could do for your family is to have life insurance and leave the money to somebody in your family and set guidelines for them to build, buy, save, invest, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? That's the least we could do. I think that would be great to start to not. I mean, it's. I feel like we'll never close the gap, but you can't. Like I said y'all the other day, all you got to do is be the change that you want to see. It starts with you, because I can't control what everybody on my block doing, but I can control what I'm doing, and maybe somebody get inspired by what I'm doing, then boom, my job is done. I just need to inspire one, because that one gonna inspire another one. All I gotta do is inspire one. So I feel like if anything that we're talking about in these different topics and conversations that you want to break away from and be different, do that and be that change, because all you got to do is really inspire one to inspire change. That does help and adds to the ticker, but don't get discouraged thinking like, okay, it don't matter. It does matter. I don't feel like we'll ever close the gap, but the least you could do is be the change and break some of these curses, these behaviors that were passed down, pushed down, put up on us. You know what I mean? Just Lovely says the BBL is beyond me. That shouldn't have even been a black woman lane at all. Exactly. Why were we jumping on that? Why were we? And I feel like now we the face of it. We the face of it. We the face of it. I feel like non-black women, non-melanated women were not the face of it, and then somehow a marketing team was created, and now we're the face of it. Fly Mama says, I got 6 children, and my granny say I'm shaped like a 6 o'clock, straight up and down. I'm weak as hell. Girl, and you still beautiful, and you still beautiful. You got 6 whole children to carry on your name, your legacy, to take care of you. Okay, like traditions. You got 6 people that can make a change in this world. Boom. That's a beautiful. That's a beautiful vibe. Who give a damn? You know what I'm saying? That your body has changed through giving birth to 6 children. You know what I'm saying? Or as long as you healthy. What's up, Nameless? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Brittany, Daphne? What's up? What's up? Thanks for pulling up, y'all. It's the K Says the Morning Show. If you just pulling up, we talking about why black people ain't getting married, and we talking about current events as well. So if you got a topic that you want me to talk about current events, pull up, drop it in the comment section below. If you got something to add to why black people ain't getting married and your perspective on it, then drop that below. Also in the comment, we just chatting it up, chopping it up about the topic. A lot of good things have come up about it. And again, ultimately, the solution to what I'm saying is that you have to be the change that you want to see in your community. We can't just wait. I think a lot of melanated people feel like, okay, well, I do it when they do it. No, you have to be the one. If you see a problem in your community, you should be the ones to start changing it, and then your change will inspire and affect somebody else, and then publicize maybe that change that you did, and let somebody catch on. Somebody will be inspired. One at least will be inspired. That's enough. All you got to do is infect one. Your job is done. Even if you have 6 children and you infect one child to be better, do better, whatever, you did one, because that one will inspire another one. And that's how change truly happens. Am I right? Am I right? Let me see. Lene says also the dynamic between black women And men is so flawed. Everyone points to the finger, but nobody's really healing and making a collective effort to change. Right, exactly what I'm saying right here. You know what I'm saying, right? Just like I said, like we should start going to therapy. This life insurance, boom, educating yourself about your finances, educating your children about finances and survival, and just how to respect, you know, their other counterpart. You got a son, grow him up and teach him how to treat women, and show him positive role models of men that you would like him to take away from, not emulate, because everybody got to be themselves, but just like good life lessons and good decision making skills and stuff like that, right? Like we could be the change, but it starts with you in your household, right? Miss T says because we are the chosen people, right? Exactly. That's why it's a whole an agenda. It's a concerted effort is the word. Concerted effort to have the areas, all the important areas of life, all of ours are below the mark. It's a concerted effort to have those statistics that way. It's crazy because we are chosen. BG says black men are weak as hell, just more excuses. Yes, overall, but I feel like again, not to come to their defense necessarily, but just be like, boom, black men have been targeted. And I don't know if enough black men are able to wake up and see how they're acting within agendas, plans, and stuff like that, instead of thinking for themselves, doing what's best for you, your legacy, and your self preservation. Cash Gang says yes, they did take away the word family. The males are the head of the household. Without male figures, they can come dominant or women. Every agenda is to show that males aren't shit. Exactly, because now I feel like the agenda is to make black women the head of the family. And so now this is this whole power struggle against black men and black women. Who is the man? Who wears the pants? Listen, first and foremost, I don't want to be a man. I don't want to be a man. I don't want to be the man. I don't want to run the household. I want a man that knows he's the man. I follow you, and we can co-lead. You know what I mean? It's more like where you're weak at, I'm strong at. Where I'm strong at, you're weak at. And like eventually we swap and we just, boom, boom, we just grow and be more even, you know what I'm saying, even balanced and more well rounded for our family unit and for our community, our families, and so have you. So it's like it's a whole trickle down maturation process that's continuously getting interrupted, and our youth, our men, our women, and our race and our culture are being distracted by this systemic distractions and agendas. We gotta see it. Like, I know I'm not tripping. Cash Gang says definitely part of an agenda. Yes, it's part of an agenda. And I think our men, our women have to realize this. Are you acting and working and operating and perpetuating an agenda that's all to your detriment? If the answer is yes, then you need to make some changes. Brandy Burrows says, I'm 29. My husband is 38. We got together when I was 16. He was 24. Everyone was caught up on the age. It wasn't acceptable, but we married with 2 kids. Age plays a part. I mean, yes. I mean, I do feel like to some extent that an older man does work better with a younger female. Not to where it's a pervy, but just where it's, you know what I mean? I feel like that. I feel like that does work. That does have more of a success with balance. Miss T's rundown says maybe it's a part of organ human trafficking, sacrifice situation. If you have no family, no one will come looking for you. Yes, all of this bleeds into equals. Okay, so listen. What did we say this at the top? What's the family business of America? We got drug dealing, human trafficking, gun running. Um, that's really it, right? Drugs, trafficking, human trafficking, guns. Like, that's everything, and that's the family. That's family business for America, right? And organ trafficking, right? That's in there. So how do they add more to that? So they get together, they come up with meetings, okay? They pass legislation all of this that supports whatever their equals is. The equals are organ trafficking, human trafficking, drugs, guns. And all of that equals more money for them because that's America's family business. Are you following me? Everybody at the top is involved in one of those four, if not all of those four. They're involved. None of those four could go on without the patronage of people with money. It couldn't be perpetuated without people of power and influence. Okay, stop me when I'm wrong. How my name nameless, it says, so I agree with Steven. If she doesn't need him, your child needs a dad. You said children should have both parents if both are doing right by the child and children. Robert Champion says, well, growing up, I've seen a lot of relationships not work because women cheated. Damn. Okay. But it's crazy how you just admitted that you saw that. Maybe not, and you didn't even mention that you experienced it, really just that you saw it and you were empathetic to the people that those situations affected. So you felt like, boom, I don't want to ever feel like that, so I don't want to put myself in that predicament. If we really unpack that in a therapy session, that's giving fear. So now you're making decisions and affecting your self-preservation off of fear, which is a low vibrational emotion, which is perpetuated by low vibrational entities, which are governed by who? Devil, Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call them. Period. Like, that's the only way to unpack that. So to be honest, Robert, you won't start living and you won't feel alive legit until you're truly in love. To where you found somebody to share your life with, those moments with. You will find somebody that you will never feel like you truly lived until you've loved. And you can't love without a risk. Okay? Like, so if you keep moving in fear, then you're not living, you're not thriving. You're existing. So I hope and I pray that you change your heart when it comes to that topic and you start to put yourself out there, because it's not too late being 51 years young. And I would love for everyone to experience a true balance connection, because it's out there. So many people. If it doesn't work, try again. Get back up on the horse. Okay? Process what happened. Process your hurt. Take some time for yourself. Don't stay there, but get back up on the horse and try again. There's somebody else out there. Okay? Period. Because nothing new is under the sun. So just how you feel, Robert, there's another woman looking for a man that realized the importance of not cheating. So you strike me as a man that wouldn't cheat in a relationship. You know how many women are looking for a man with your specs probably that's, do you see what I'm saying? So, Robert, you got to put yourself out there. There's somebody out there for you. Think about it. You know how many people went through cheating, experienced cheating, and would never cheat? They were, you know what I'm saying? It's somebody out there for you. I would love for you to experience that. Fly Mama says, plus I knew too many married folk cheating, or they be and baby mom live across the street or around the corner. I understand that too. That was like I don't know if that's systemic, but that was also a stereotype that could be attributed to melanated men or family life, about like the males having like another family or cheating or being promiscuous, especially in marriage. Again, I just don't understand. If you have a communication with your partner, it's nothing that you should be able to tell me that we can't work out. If there's something sexually I'm not doing, if there's something emotionally I'm not providing, if there's some support that you're not getting, if there's anywhere that you have a void, why would you not be able to express that to your partner so we could fix that, so we can attack the problem and not each other? Like, Cash Gang says, it's not that people don't want to get married, it's the world brainwashed people with this is a nigga ain't shit, and that you don't need a man, or that we're not equal, or that men can't be the leader of the relationship. Right. I agree with you. The brainwash comes from the agenda that we were addressing in this whole conversation, that these topics that you're talking about were placated against our culture to keep us down. You know what I mean? Like, to keep the black nuclear family American dream more like a dream and not a realization. Ain't that crazy? Nicole says a version of that teaches you structure and gives you a different point of view, and at the same token, it's awful family event. I got what you said at the front end, but not the back end. About religion. Okay. Fly Mama says we need to understand having them babies or spiritual marriages, and folk need to respect that. Right, right. You said just because you seen it don't make it new. Again, part of an agenda, right? Robert says I became a national gospel artist and my trust got worse. But when I date, I spoiled them. I just stray away from marriage. I still feel like, Robert, you can still get married and still protect your finances. I just feel like as adults, you shouldn't be moving out of fear. And if something, when you unpack it, the basis is fear, you need to attack where does that fear stem from. Okay, and maybe deal with that, heal that, mend that, because it's not that it's not valid, it's how you feel, and you should respect it, honor it, but also move out it, within it, and upgrade from it. Okay. Latrice Dobbin says, hi, Kate. Oh, hey, girlie. Thank you for pulling up. What's up, Latrice? Cash Gang says, that's the thing. Everyone thinks we are guaranteed the next day when we are not. I understand dating while you are in your 20s, but once the 30s, 40s come, it's time to settle down. Right. You hear me? Why are you trying to, how you going to try to settle down and you 50? You have passed forever. And you trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that you can't still find love, because people make up and break up at all type of stages of life, but just saying, like, for people that have, why would you put that on the back burner? You don't want to spend that time, share your life, your beauty, those milestones of your life with somebody to look back like, remember when we was, you know what I mean? Because at the ending, when you ain't your deathbed, all you got is memories of your life. So why don't we invest more time in creating more stable, balanced, prosperous, abundance, vibed, laced memories? Like, why aren't we investing in that as a community? Fly Mama says, fuck all these systems. My nieces and nephews rather have my brother. Fuck that. At least we can do is remember who we are. We didn't know death, so what we insuring. Damn, that's crazy. Fly Mama for sure. It's always been straight. My chat slow. Yeah, and I'm reading it slow too. Yes, the agenda. Fly Mama says, I vowed to never let my children pay for the sins of their parents. Exactly. Cash Gang says, is that no one is promoting marriage on different pages. Males promoting females. Ain't shit. You can have as you want as long as you got the money, and the females are promoting niggas. Ain't shit. Yeah, you hear me? It's backwards agendas on both races. Like, it's crazy. We don't see it. That we are working with an agenda. Kanye West tried to put it out there. They made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. Shorty's holla, what a ball is that? And the white man get paid off for all of that. What? Like, he told y'all. He told y'all. And that's why they made, and that's why they put an agenda on that nigga that he crazy. Period. So Cash Gang says they made it all about the money, the elite, the Illuminati. Right? I just said crazy, right? I just said that, right? Period. Nubian Queen Nikki says, I don't want to run the household. It's tiring. But why? You hear me? And you know what? I do want to run my household from a certain degree, but I don't want to run it like I'm running point on everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be the one to ensure the decorating, the cleaning, everything. We got everything. We ain't run out of nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Like, whatever I can handle. It's different with different partnerships. If you good at handling these chores, these events, these things, then you do that because those are your strengths. Those are your wheelhouses. If this is what you good at, this is what you handle because these are your strengths, your wheelhouses. You know what I mean? Whatever works for each couple, you have to delegate that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it should only be only the women do this, only the men do that. It just be like, hey, whatever works for y'all partnership based off what's in y'all wheelhouses. But yeah, then we got Nubian Queen Nikki pulling up saying, I don't want, oh, you already read that. Too Sweet 111 says, that's a definite. We were taught to marry men to take care of us. Men became determined not to take care of their wives, but the wives take care of them. Right? What the fuck? You hear me? How did that happen? How did that happen? It's like now men want us to protect and serve. I be damned. I want a real man, and that's why legit I'm leaning more towards these foreign men rather than American men, because like American men are too much involved in this thought form and this agenda that's been placed within them. Foreign men don't subscribe to that because it was never in them to, because they saw differently, they were raised differently with different ideals. They have friends and other people that exemplify those differing ideals as far as how they view women and their relationship with the divine feminine. American men, the systemic agenda has worked far too good, and I feel like to a certain extent rationale logic can't even help unwind all that circuitry that that they've been operating within. Okay, so it's like, damn, I see where women are scrapping the whole ideal of black men, American black men. I see why black men are scrapping the whole idea of the American black woman, but it all is on purpose. It's all on purpose. It's all on purpose. Everything is works in balance for a reason. Like, we have to find that balance. Everything, I feel like in our culture, everything is very much unbalanced with how men view women, how women view men. Show says if we took accountability and build strong communication, this would change. Stop being afraid to open up to partners and people we are here to experience, to love, and to learn. Exactly. You hear me? Exactly. 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 Brandy Burrows says black women have more masculine energy now, right? And it's being celebrated for a reason. Like legit, they want these gender roles to be so fucking blurred, it's unreal. Like we're being celebrated, and it's like, and because you see their behavior being celebrated, you like, okay, it's all right to be this overly masculine woman and to, you know what I'm saying, be the man in the relationship. Like, no, you are a woman, okay? You're not a man. I don't care what job you have, what money is in your account, you're still a woman. And at the end of the day, your man is still attracted to femininity. He got with you because he wanted a woman, not a fucking man because he's not gay. So why would you be celebrating and living within and nurturing all these masculine ass qualities? You know what I mean? Like, balance it out. I'm not saying that women should be totally feminine. Everything is a balance, and all I'm talking about is balance. And if you recognize in some way, shape, form, or fashion in your life, in whatever areas, especially the important ones, that you have an imbalance, won't you correct that? Do the world a service, your family, you know what I mean, your next partner, your children, whatever your situation is, do them a service and create and correct those imbalances. Everything is about balance. So be introspective with yourself, be self-aware. Like, damn, where am I unbalanced at? Is it about money? Is it about um you know what I mean? Is it about how you show these people that look up to you like more positive feminine attributes, more masculine attributes if you're a dad, or more, you know what I mean, more like, everything is about balance. So where are you unbalanced at? Let me see. What am I reading? Lene says we are forced to take leadership roles to keep our families afloat, and the men have become insecure because of this. Yet they aren't stepping up at all. Just saying, and yes, definitely, just saying that in victim mentality. I agree with you, Lene. Legit. Because if our men are absent via the promiscuity, if the men are absent because they're in jail, if the men are absent because they went to another race, then women are left to be the man and the woman of the race. And it's like, that's creating more of that imbalance. Do you see what I'm saying? It's creating more of that imbalance. Brandy Burrow says most celebrities that are pushing independent are not independent themselves. Exactly. Just like when they push being single and they in whole relationships. Right? That's what I'm saying, because they are influencers. Okay, before we even got the word influencers, they weren't never fucking celebrities. They were always influencers. Stop me when I'm wrong. Grandma Dam Tarot says what was once a powerful family oriented black community has devolved into a antebellum breeding form that is definitely by design. Exactly. Miss T's rundown says I am 50 and I'm getting married again. Period. And I love it. I feel like we should never, on some Elizabeth Taylor type shit, like never stop getting married. Like being married is beautiful. What? It's beautiful. Then we dealing with the whole down low problem with our men somehow turning feminine. You know what I mean? So we dealing with a lot of issues that are attacking the black community. Yes, down low men are also adding to the statistic of why the marriage rate is down, the divorce rate is up, and all of that. Because our black men are being pandered to be homosexual, to be effeminate. Fly Mama says being married in a church does not make it a spiritual bond. That's true too. Fly Mama says folks can communicate is because they can handle the truth. Exactly. Robert says, yes, I believe every word. Fly Mama says, if you ever watch Harlots, I watch Harlots, right? I like that show. You know, marriages as we know it, it was always a business agreement. And it's not that marriage shouldn't be a business agreement, because it is, because it's me merging my life with yours. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm not good at. These are my strengths. These are my weaknesses. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. You know what I mean? How can we work together with what you like and don't like, and your strengths, your weaknesses, what you're doing? How can we work together to build something that will stand the test of time? That our children and our offspring can live within and keep it going. How can we attribute to our larger family unit? You know what I mean? Like, so it definitely is a business to a certain extent, because I mean, we're trying to grow something, build something. We're starting from a seed and we're trying to nurture it to be a forest. So in a way, that is a business agreement. What's up, Heather R? That doesn't make it absent of love. You said, now that is true, black women. Black women has taken the role of leader in the home, right? And I hate it. Nubian Queen Nikki says, I think the man in the household should encourage the black woman to be more feminine, allow her to stay home more, treat her like a queen. A woman being masculine is not the woman's fault. It's the man. I do agree to some extent as well. There's a lot of factors. Like, I feel like no one thing attributes to one thing. There's several factors that attribute to several factors. Okay. Definitely when we're talking about human nature, people, norms, traditions, you know what I mean? Cultural things like that. You know what I mean? Definitely. But yeah, um, yeah. I do feel like women should stay home more, raise their kids, and because again, I just feel like this whole boss mentality stuff, be a boss, own a business. Now, some women can do both. I'm not saying that women can't do both. Black women and women in general can do a lot of things, all right? Extraordinary things. Okay? But listen. In your partnership, you have to do what works for you. For me and my partnership, I'm a Cancer. I'm a nurturer. I want to be at home. I want to be married. I want to be domestic. I'm domestic as fuck. I want to have kids. I want to decorate every season. I want to have, you know what I mean? Like, I want to have family dinner parties and game nights and family trips, and we get in an RV and we camp and we carve pumpkins. Like, you know what I mean? I want to be domestic as fuck. Some people don't want to be there because maybe they're just not like good at that, like they don't strive to. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And which is fine. Some people, you know what I mean? Some people don't want that. But I feel like the option should be there, like, babe, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the overall respect level, our black men have to change for our black women. And I know they're gonna ping pong that energy back to us. Well, y'all gotta start respecting us. Listen, somebody has to start. Somebody has to start. It can't just be no you, no you, no you. Will be here all day with the fucking ping pong. No you, no you, no you. No, it starts. Let's start with the man, because you're the leader. Start with the man. You're the example. You're the leader. You start first. We follow. You set the trend. I think our black men have to take the reins back. You said definitely has to be some balance with the relationship, right? Balance. Like, that's like one of my favorite words. Like, it's just one of my favorite words. You said my granny wasn't forced. She actually fought my grandpa to work. She was proud to have her own. She wanted me independent while she took my grandpa ass while putting all hers in the bank. Brandy Burrow says, I'm not American, but the black Western women can relate to these issues, right? Cash Game says most men be not wanting to take accountability or step up. To it's a woman's needs to accept that men are not perfect. We all have flaws, and men need to understand that women are not perfect communicating. Right? You know what I'm saying? I think I think it took me dating women to understand what men really go through. Women are very difficult. We're very emotional. And we go through cycles monthly. Not just about the period, but but it's based around that, right? We go through these cycles and we different. We up and down. We like, you know what I'm saying? While men really, for the most part, should be more stable with like their mood and things like that because they're not affected with the cycle and periods and stuff like that. Not that they're not subject, you know what I'm saying, to emotions, moods, things that affect them, extrinsic factors. But saying like stability of mood, she's is more like men are more stable, you know, some slights up, some slight down. But women are completely like up and we're completely down and we're completely like this and we're completely like that. So we have to understand that, listen, women are just like that, you know? So you have to find that woman that you can deal with her ups and her downs because that's not going to change. Women's bodies are ups and downs, their moods are ups and downs because we're affected so much by a lot of things, our cycles, hormones, and intrinsic and extrinsic factors as well. So there has to be compassion definitely on both ends, but it has to start with the men first. Nubian Queen Nikki says, Brandy, me too. And I realized that black men act the same all over the world. Yes, it's not like, even though we're talking more about race, the topic of just men, because these agendas are the new world order, not the new North American order, not the new American order. We're talking about the new world order. So the world, men, women in the world are acting within these agendas, thought form patterns, campaigns that affect our homes, and our nuclear family environments and the maturation process of life into adulthood. We're being distracted and we're working within these agendas on the world front. Communication is a big key to success. Exactly. We got to start having more real talks, right? Like being more introspective, right? Being more honest with your shortcomings. Listen, babe, I'm not the best with money. So I would prefer that you deal with the money. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go to like start taking money classes or finance classes online or something to educate myself further with the money so I can lead this family better. Boom. That's a balanced conversation. I feel like a balanced relationship would have. Cause you can't be perfect at everything, babe. But for the time being, since I know that I can, you can handle the finances better. You handle the finances, and meanwhile, I'm not just saying like, oh, you just handle it. Boom, that's your topic. No, babe, I'm gonna also strengthen myself where I'm weak at, so that now I can use my new knowledge with the knowledge that you got, and together maybe we could, upgrade our thought forms together. I can show you maybe something that you didn't know about, and boom, now we both have a more balanced understanding of money. Now we can take and have conversations on a more evenly yoked manner about the topic of finance. You said Nubian Queen says, I would love to divest just to find out if it's better or not. So, y'all, this is a great topic. Like, we had a great talk today. Are there any current events that we need to touch up on before I get on up out of here? I love that everybody that pulled up and participated in the conversation. I like it. I like it. Let me see what's on the blogs real quick before I get up out of here. So yeah, they talking about Young Thug and Gunna have been arrested on RICO charges. Of course, they've been arrested on RICO charges because them motherfuckers ain't rappers. They're all drug dealers. Because like I told y'all, what's the family business? Drug dealing, organ trafficking, human trafficking, gun running, all of that. And I mean, organ trafficking can really, to me, is like all human trafficking. Because human trafficking is, it's part of it. Same thing. Let me see what else. I'm not seeing nothing else worth talking about. You said Jewel. You said Jewel from Death Row died. Who was Jewel? Fancy, you okay? You keep hitting your head. Who was Jewel? Oh, you said the whole gang YSL getting Rico charges, right? The gang that Young Thug is over, right? Is it Young Slime Life or something like that? Nubian says people are saying Kevin Samuel, so-called nurse, is a trans woman. So let's ask. I'm not getting that she was a trans woman, but she was some type of escort. Okay, she was some type of escort. She was not no trans woman. Okay, she was not no trans woman. When they start putting stuff like that in there, that's just to disgrace the person. Okay, so again, I told y'all that when they kill you off like this, like they did him and so many more, and they disgraced how you died, and they make up this newfound way how you died, and it always comes with some disgrace, is to show the other people in the industry that he was an example, and you could end up just like him if you choose to not follow the new world order, period. I don't know how else to put it. Miss Tina, I know you lying. You said they didn't build a whole Rihanna pregnant statue. Get me the fuck up out of here. Get me out of here. What? You said, did she pledge her baby to them? This is the best way I could put it. Rihanna's baby is part of an agenda of these new type of humans. What do I mean by that, Kay? What do you mean by that, Kay? What do I mean by that? I mean that, like I said to y'all before in other word prediction videos and another time I brought up this topic, that they are building a new race of humans. Now listen, the transhumans are going to come a little bit long, like down the line. Before we get there, we're into these designed humans or altered or designer DNA-esque kids, which makes them different from the natural procreation of a sperm meeting the egg, conception and gestation, how we know it. They've re-engineered the whole process of conception, gestation, and all that. And because of that, these humans have a weird energy signature. I don't even know if you can call them humans, but these particular children, offspring, creations, have a different energy signature than a naturally created soul or human. I'm not explaining. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. So Jewel was a singer, worked with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Oh, Jewel was a singer. I'm trying to. I feel like that name sounds familiar. Jewel from Death Row. I don't remember her. You said it was at the Met Gala. Oh my God. And then you said the statue felt like they were horning the baby, not Rihanna. So let me see something. To me, I feel like this has something to tie into the Roe versus Wade agenda, or just the dawning of a new age, the dawning of a new human. I'm getting chills. The dawning of a completion of a plan. Like it's a representation of a completion of a plan, because Rihanna, like I told y'all, is in fact not actually pregnant. She has a surrogate that's in the UAE. Um yeah, this was an agenda, okay? Period. This is an agenda. This is an agenda. And it's also a distraction as well, because there's a war on reproduction. That's the best way I could put it. So you said, did she want this or was she forced? So I asked, was Rihanna forced to portray this charade about her being pregnant? And I got a big yes. She actually feels weird that she like had to deceive or lie about it, basically, right? And this just forgiveness energy is here because somebody is doing something that is deceptive, that if you knew the truth, you know what I'm saying, you're doing something that will warrant forgiveness, because you're doing something that's deceptive. That's why the energy is here right here in the present, but the big yes is in the past, which means, like I told you, this all started from a lie, and she had to be pressured into the agenda of her being pregnant. Do you see what I'm saying? And everything that goes with it, with ASAP Rocky and they fake relationship and all that. She just used his sperm. They never. I don't even get that they ever even had sex. I'm not even getting that they had sex, y'all. I'm not getting that they had sex. I feel like they've been around other people, around some like orgies and shit. Like they've been around and maybe like each other while they was having sex, but I don't feel like they never had sex personally. Like I'm not getting that they had sex. I'm not. Their child was born in some type of petri dish, like, okay, petri dish. This was everything like a scientific formula. You said because they are like Walkman, just download a soul and spirit. Yes, you hear me? They don't have even a same energy signature. You said read Octavia Butler, listen to Dr. Delbert Blair. Okay, I'll check it out. You said, yeah, I don't think she and ASAP Rocky are an item. She's not even his type. He's an unknown. And I even told y'all that, well, if you would subscribe to my Patreon, I definitely did this reading talking about like all this stuff. And it's now all coming out. Like, is she fucking Drake on the low? Excuse me. I feel like Drake has tricked off on Rihanna. And they wanted people to think that they definitely have had some type of sexual relationship. I'm actually getting that there was never really a right time. I feel like he even tried to like pay for it. You know what I mean? But she didn't take the offer. Like I think he even paid for it, and like she didn't fuck him. Like she took whatever he sent or gave or whatever. I feel like right now they're going to start talking about this whole fake connection between them again, to bring up just more like scandalous stuff, or just for people to buy more into the storyline, and for people to buy into the salaciousness of it. But that's all crafted as well. So yeah, child, ain't none of this shit real. Ain't none of this shit real. Dun, dun, dun. I'm just reading the different World Star video titles, y'all. Just trying to see what else is there to talk about. Oh, shit. Hell no. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing else. Fly Mama says it has something to do with him being arrested, 20 or whatever that was. She said, how interesting. What's up, my Shay Gully? What's up, Cheryl? You said, honestly, I don't feel like young boy is young boy. Yeah, that nigga not. Nubian says there's a price to pay for being pardoned by the president. Period. Yeah, this shit crazy. I'm not seeing any other topics I want to cover. Let me just make sure. Did I miss anything? Anything? Oh, I want to ask, was that dude that ran up on stage paid to do that at the Dave Chappelle show? I'm not getting that he was paid to do that, but something was planned about it. He wasn't paid, but something was planned about it. So something popped into my head. Was he possessed? And then I was just asking myself that silently, and this is what came out. Listen to your intuition. That man was possessed. I feel like a spell was placed on that man. A spell was placed on that man to do that. He was possessed. Something is connected to a woman, though. I think it was actually supposed to be two people. I don't know if somebody bagged out or something like that. Something feels like it was supposed to be two people. You said they said Putin has cancer. So let's ask, do he really got cancer? He do got cancer. I asked silently, was he given cancer? I got no. I asked silently, will he die of cancer? I got unlikely. You said, but the South African clone Dave. Yeah. Let's ask, was he cloned? Because I never felt like that motherfucker was the same. to some degree, I said, how he has Dave Chappelle been cloned or duplicated? And I got yes. So this is like the yes without the exclamation mark. But in the present, I got improving health. So something gives me, and then a year ago came out in the past. So even, so it feels like even though we thought maybe he been cloned or been dubbed or some type of whatever, it seems like it only happened a year ago. There's some other people around him that can attest to this, that know this. But whatever they did to him, it involved a team of people. So let me ask something silently. I asked, was the original Dave Chappelle still alive? And I gotta know. So then, how was the original Dave Chappelle killed? Let me ask with my deck. Why is my deck this thick? I don't know. I got too many cards in here. How did the real Dave Chappelle die? Because they saying he not alive. I got the letter H. Hung, hanged. How did the real... And the letter J. Okay. What? How did the real Dave Chappelle die? Then the letter W. What does this all mean? We got H, J, W. How did the real Dave Chappelle die? We got the letter H, the letter J, and then the letter W. Then the letter R. Why only letters coming out? Like, this is wild. Then we got, so now we getting some words. Okay. Because I'm like, damn, why only letters coming out? What's going on? We got the letter R. Then we got the word sneaky. Before that, we got hiding. Hiding. This is in the present position with the letter J. Then the letter O. They told me in the past, sneaky, with the same hiding energy. How did the real Dave Chappelle die? Sneaky, hiding, why disposed of body just came out? Disposed of body just came out. We're asking, how did the real Dave Chappelle die? And disposed of body just came out. What's up, Liam? You said, so is there a correlation between Courtney Ross, George Floyd's girlfriend, and Dante Wright? I mean, I feel like there's some type of connection, but it may not be the one that you think. There's some type of connection, but it's not the one that you think. I don't know what that means, because I don't even that shit, we already talked about the George Floyd shit over here, and that shit was fucking fake. But what happened to the real Dave Chappelle? We got disposed of body. So what the hell? What's up, KP? Thanks for following through. I've seen you before. Nice to see you again over here. Y'all, it's the K Says the Morning Show. And guys, we're just talking about different little current events. Right now we're talking about Dave Chappelle and that whole thing that happened to him. And it came out that guy was possessed. A spell was put on him by a female of some sort, an older female. How did the real Dave Chappelle die? I keep getting all this sneaky, deceptive, hiding energy. Sneaky link just came out. Killer. The killer was sneaky. So the killer seemed like they knew him. The killer was sneaky. Maybe somebody that knew him, somebody he was hooking up with secretly, some type of secret rendezvous. And somebody disposed of his body. Then next we get hidden agenda. When I said what happened to the real Dave Chappelle's, how did the real Dave Chappelle die? We got hidden agenda right here with the same disposed of body. Then we got Satanist slash Luciferian just came out. There's a sneaky link with his killer and Satanism and Luciferianism. And there's a hidden agenda. Like, this is wild. I mean, I knew we already knew this, but it's crazy that out of all these cards I just showed y'all, all these cards I'm shuffling, that these cards are the ones that are coming out. How can that be? How can that be a coincidence? Then we just got the word shot. And then we just got the word shot. Then we just got the letter A. Then we just got internal conflict. Internal conflicts leads to, do you want to be down with them? Do you want to choose Satan in the Luciferian way and all of that and the devil worshiping and shit? Or do you want to choose God? The real Dave Chappelle had an internal conflict on what to do. This is interesting. But whoever the actual killer is or whatever, they said the killer will get caught. Or I don't know if this is the energy saying that the real Dave Chappelle will get caught or something like this. Something gives me like maybe the killer will get caught. But I don't know if they're not going to go down for the murder of Dave Chappelle. But it seems like maybe they may go down for something else, like karmic wise. I don't know. But the real Dave Chappelle seems like he was killed. They disposed of his body. They said some type of trick is at play here. Somebody was tricked. This is deep. Step that pussy up. I'm weak as hell. Then south. Something like a deal went south. On the right track, right? A knife. He was stabbed too. Then the letter S came out with knife, stabbed. The real Dave Chappelle, they're saying, was a good person. The real Dave Chappelle was a good person. It was on the right track, but was trying to be distracted and led off the right track via fame, money. So at the end of the day, he chose the right way and was killed for it, basically, is what I'm saying. And he was killed brutally. I'm getting like stabbed, shot, and they disposed of his body. Like, and they killed him very ritualistically and in a satanic and demonic demeanor. So that's enough of that. You said you're doing a gematria on those letters. Interesting. I know, right? Because why did those letters come out? You said the destruction of humanity and overpopulate the earth are in gematria, right? Oh, shit. You said, Kay, I've had a question about cloning for a while. So they use a completely new body dupe when they clone, because I once would have thought something like that takes time to create. So basically, listen, if a vessel, so let's say something happened to the vessel, a heart attack, okay? Boom. But you can put like a conscious transfer into that vessel. In theory, it should work. Maybe they put a new heart in it or something like that. In theory, it should work. So sometimes they do use a new body, or sometimes they can create a new body. But like I've told y'all before, the cloning with any type of cloned individual, the natural evolution and aging process of that original cloned individual is sped up for the clone. So it doesn't take on the same time form to mature. It's rapid. It's accelerated is the word. So let me ask something about what you were talking about. Is the new body used when they clone or do consciousness transfers? Is a new body created or used? I feel like in some cases a new body is created. Not in every case a new body is created. They recover an old body and then it takes on a new existence. I'm getting that. In some instances, not in every instances, it has to be a matching or a pairing that's involved. Because this is a very delicate exact, almost like baking. This is what this feels like. It's this very exact, on point, precise type of calculations and measurements that this whole thing could even have success and operate within. So something feels like a pairing between an old vessel and the new consciousness. There has to be a pairing, and sometimes that pairing doesn't always work out. Um, Fly Mama, you said, damn, Oprah came up twice with those letters in gematria and remember his skit. Oh, now that's crazy. So now let me ask, how is Oprah connected to the death of the original Dave Chappelle? How is Oprah connected to the death of the original Dave Chappelle? We got the star card, the two of swords, and then the six of swords. Bottom of the deck is the wheel of fortune. Feels like to me that basically she gave the call to end his life. Like, that's really what I'm getting. Where's my other deck I'm trying to clarify with? Am I tripping? Where is it? Oh, shit. See, there's too much stuff over here. But that's what I'm getting though. What's up, Poochie? What's up, Poochie? What's up, Poochie? Oh, here it go, right here. Dun, 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 dun. I got so much stuff on this desk. It's unreal. It's unreal. Let's go over this. Thanks, Fly Mama, for helping your girl out. So why is this star card here? Ten of Swords, death by betrayal. Ten of Swords is like that person on the ground with all them swords in their back. Why is this star card here? We get darkest before dawn way, death by betrayal. Period. So he thought that Oprah was his friend, and he was making jest out of her, out of their friendship. She betrayed him and killed him ultimately because of that jest that he made of her and her image on his show. Why is this two of swords here? Wow. Why is this two of swords here? Because the page of wands, development of news and enthusiasm. Because of what she learned. And she was happy to kill him. Legit. What if she was happy to kill him? Then I'm getting the Lover's energy. Why is this Six of Swords here? So Six of Swords is a leaving or relocating, leaving choppy waters for calm. Interesting. Now I have to ask, was the original Dave Chappelle in a sexual relationship with Oprah? Was the original Dave Chappelle in a sexual relationship with Oprah? What the hell? Yeah, this looking like a yes. This do feel like some type of sugar mama situation, which is what he was portraying on his show. And to be honest, I've heard that Oprah was a lot of motherfucking sugar mama. So, but I just asked, was Oprah Dave Chappelle's sugar mama, and I get no, but I don't know if it's no like she wasn't, or something about like somebody said no, somebody took an action on saying no, or kept trying up and somebody said no. But something is here about some type of arrangement. Let me ask something here though with another deck. Dun, dun, dun. You know what? Let me just ask with this personality deck real quick. Let me see what come up. So, angels, ancestors. Why is this Lover's card here? Clarifying, leaving something, going for something more steady. Friendship, brunette, female. So, somebody wanted something more, though. Like, somebody wanted something more and somebody didn't. Like, So let me ask this then. Okay. So mm. Was this lover core a choice? So a choice to a choice to hmm. I don't know. Like, there's some type of like she wanted to like. I don't know if he would be a kept man or he would be like some type of like boy toy kept man, like boy toy or like kept man or something like that. But something was very much like Rocky with a friendship or a connection of some sort. Um, and I don't know if he opted for some other type of female over her. Um, but something involved some type of catty feelings or something like that. But it does have to do with that skit. That skit has some truth to it. And she really did not like being made fun of in that fucking skit because then it seemed very out there that Oprah name would even be brought up in a Dave Chappelle skit anyway. And the premise of the skit seemed odd, right? At that time when it came out. Cause motherfuckers like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You said he backed out and that's why he went to Africa, but he couldn't run. They cloned him. They want that money by any means necessary. You said, oh my God, you said you are a glorious prince of light is in the gematria. You was reading it just before I said it. That's crazy. Wow. You said they are using alien tech, so your time ain't they time. Exactly. This is wild, bro. You said, remember, they already have bodies in the cloning lab, right? You said Dr. Dilbert Blair. Well, I got to check it out. You said Bill Clinton spoke about cloning labs in one of his speeches. And this thing is real. Yeah. Yeah, this whole reading is wild right now. Shit, about Dave Chappelle. You hear me? You can definitely tell his humor changed. Everything about Dave Chappelle changed. It's obvious that that motherfucker is not the original Dave Chappelle. Yeah, gematria ain't no joke. Legit. Wow. And you said now you hearing Future say, man, this shit was too easy because him and Lil Baby gave up YSL. I just be getting I just be getting in way too easy. Mm. You said, does his wife know? Something does. Let me see. I got unlikely. I feel like she was never told. I feel like she knows something, but she doesn't know everything, but she wants to get more information. She feels like something is up. I don't know if it's the older they get or something is happening to where she feels like something is up, that she doesn't know the whole truth about something. I feel like she'll try to delve and find out more information about wherever her mind is taking her, but I don't know if she should be poking around, because this ain't no shit to be fucking poking around. You have to make a choice. That's so crazy. We got the Two of Swords. You have to make a choice came up in Gematria. Right. Definitely. That was about Dave Chappelle and him having to make a choice. And it's like somehow Oprah was dispatched on him making a choice. Like, and then the Lover's Card came out, and that's about a choice. Like, Nay said, that's crazy. I knew that something was wrong with him. Exactly. Nubian says, Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart are both not funny. I tried to watch them, but I can't get into it. To be honest, supposedly, I don't know if y'all watch a channel on YouTube called Three Hoodoo Sisters. Supposedly, her or her sisters or somebody, you know what I'm saying, from that camp was dispatched via Cat Williams to do magic on, I believe, both Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart when they were going through demises and unsuccesses in their career. Like, they was bombing at shows. Also, when Kevin Hart had his life attempted by The Rock, all of that was around the same time that I believe the people, the energy, the woman that runs the Three Hoodoo Sisters on YouTube stated that she was working and dispatched by Cat Williams to do black magic, voodoo, because I believe the woman is Haitian, on Kevin Hart. But you know, what's up, Miss Matthews? Woo! So yeah, y'all, that was a lot of tea today. Love this little shit about Kevin Hart. That shit was interesting about him and Oprah. I feel like I should have been did it. I don't know. I kind of forgot about it, but I feel like I need to do a reading on that, man. I need to catch up on doing readings, definitely. Um, Definitely, we're gonna do True Crime Tuesday though tonight, guys. So, is there any cases y'all want me to cover? Something interesting, something juicy, that you want me to cover that we can have on the channel tonight? True Crime Tuesday. Is there any topics you would like me to cover for True Crime Tuesday? If so, make sure you drop those below in the comment section or in the chat right now if you own. Miss Matthew said Chrissy and Jim Jones didn't get legally married. Same thing with Yandy and Mendices. It was rumored that they may have studied law with the Moors, and you know those legal papers really denote. The journalist, her name escapes me now. Hold on, let me look it up. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You said the 16-year-old killed by her mama boyfriend. Yes, I want to guess. That's the crime. That's the case I'm going to do. You right. Yes. I'm going to do that case. We're going to do that case tonight. Yes. Maybe we can cover two. We'll do the 16-year-old killed by her mama boyfriend, and then we'll do the 17-year-old from the HBCU that committed the suicide. So we'll probably cover two of those tonight, guys. So if you're interested in either one of those cases tonight, pull up 9 p.m. It's going to be True Crime Tuesday. Your girl coming back at you with another banger later on today. Little 2 Club Jam today, all right? All right. Are you happy? You excited? You getting 2 videos from K? All right, period. Because you know I got my own life outside of this, right? So when I give y'all my energy and my time, listen, show me that you appreciate me. And if you locked in, tell me that you locked in. Go over there and go ahead and join my Patreon at patreon.com. Look up K Says the Oracle so you can get my exclusive content when I drop it over there. Okay? Show love and support your girl because I'm not getting monetized over here. So if you appreciate my energy, my time, my efforts, my readings, my gift, and you want to show gratitude, join your girl over on Patreon, patreon.com. Look up K Says the Oracle. Like, share, subscribe these videos. Get your friends involved. It don't cost nothing to like. It don't cost nothing to share the video and get these subscribe numbers up. It don't cost nothing for that. You know, if your pocket's low, period. If you really want to show gratitude and little love, buy your girl some lunch. I would greatly appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? It is Taco Tuesday. Send your girl a little taco money. You're I would greatly appreciate that, okay? Because I got a whole bunch of life to happen outside of doing the channel. But I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. And listen, I got to come back tonight. So listen, if you locked in, tell me that you locked in. If you okay, says in. If you locked in, tell me that you locked in. And meet me back here at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight to do True Crime Tuesday, period. Don't forget that your girl also got a crystal website. Shop your girl crystal website at ksaysjustcrystals.myshopify.com for these heart bracelets, these charm bracelets, necklaces, men's jewelry. Okay, I'm about to actually do a 50% off sale, probably dropping tomorrow, okay? Period, with a promo code. So yeah, be watching out for that. What else? I think Friday I'm gonna come back with the lip glosses and stuff like this. So if you didn't get your time to buy in my little diamond type lip gloss line, okay, I'm gonna bring that back Friday for you to shop that. Period. So guys, I love y'all. Like I always say, seek the truth, vibrate higher, and carpe diem. Until the next time, I'm out. Check your girl out. Send your girl some gratitudes to my cash app. $ TheeLashgawd. Once again, this channel is not monetized, okay? So send me gratitude for my energy, my time, my efforts, okay? Because listen, time is something we don't get back. So show your girl that you appreciate my efforts of bringing y'all this content and me spending my time, period. I love y'all. And check me out once again, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for True Crime Tuesday. All right. Peace out. I love y'all. Take care of one another.